you're a 9 out of 10, but she's a 10 out of 10. Why? I get, y'all. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren, and if you're new here, I like to do travel vlogs, daily vlogs, product reviews, and videos like this that kind of fall into the other category, which is like a TV show review. So today we're going to be doing the Love is Blind season 3 predictions. That was a really popular video of mine last season, so I'm excited to do it again. Before we get into this video, go ahead and like it, subscribe, and drop a comment on who is your favorite couple. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get into this video. I'm gonna set this up by my least favorite couple to my most favorite couple, and then I'm gonna say if each person's gonna say yes or no and just kind of like talk about the stuff in between, okay? So the first couple and my least favorite by far is Nancy and Bartise. I will say in the beginning, I really did like them. In the pods, I did feel like, she should have picked Andrew, because he just seemed more put together. But once they got to Mexico and I saw Bartise and Nancy's energy together, it seemed like they really just kind of popped off of each other. So that was really like nice to see. I could see that they vibed very well together. And I don't think she would have been able to tell the story about the story she told in the bathtub to Bartise. I don't want to repeat it because it's kind of gross. I don't think she would have been able to express that with Andrew and be able to have that fun side of her personality. However, I like that they were comfortable with each other, but after the pool party and the meet your exes part, Bartise could get these hands, to be honest. Like, after meeting Raven, it's like I don't know. It's like you went on the show Love is Blind literally to know if love is blind. Obviously, the person that you're talking to may not be what you would usually go for, but why do you keep telling Nancy how hot Raven is? Anyway, okay, the pool party. I loved how Raven handled Bartise. Bartise was like, yeah, like we would, in the real world, you're gorgeous. I would take you, talking her up. And Raven's like, yeah, yeah. Like, she's not even feeding into that at all, which I loved. But we'll get into her later. But coming back from the pool party, when Nancy and Bartise were talking, he said, I counted, I think I did. I know he said at least 3 times in like 5 minutes how beautiful Raven was. As a woman, do I know that there are women who men may feel like are more attractive than me? Sure. Do I want to hear my man say it? No. I don't care how cute you think she is. Why are you telling me? And what he didn't do, if he was going to say, she's totally my type, I would go for her in the real world. There's nothing wrong with saying that. I'm not saying he couldn't say that. But what he didn't do, at least in Mexico, was follow up with, but I think you are so gorgeous. Women need reassurance. And that is just something that he did not do. And I don't know how Nancy like pulled it together, but I did not like how she did it. There was a moment, I can't remember who she was talking to, where she was kind of like trying to put down Raven to, I think it was Bartise. She was kind of like, oh, well, she's kind of seems boring or mean. I forgot what she used, but for a slight second, she did try to put her down, which didn't really do anything. So from Mexico, it was like after the pool party, just like kind of a 180. Bartise got home and he saw that real estate and he was like, oh, she got money. Like, that's how I feel like he kind of kept it going with her. Oh, and side note, of course, in Mexico, they did end up being intimate. So you must have been attracted to her in some way, right? Okay, so fast forward back to when they get to Dallas. It's like he saw the lifestyle she was kind of living and knew that he wasn't able to do that, and was like, and then when she was like, our money, and I'm just like, girl, that's your money. I mean, we not really gonna get into that because I know people have different opinions, but my religion says her money is her money and his money is our money. So That's that on that. But he saw that and his eyes kind of lit up. Obviously, that really wasn't enough to keep it going, because as we saw, they continued to have issues about physical, but then also issues apparently about, you know, the I don't know if that's a bad word on YouTube, so I'm just gonna say the women's rights choosing if they want to proceed with the pregnancy. So yeah, if they want to do that, I can see how some people that can be a deal breaker. I'm not gonna voice my opinion on that topic, but I feel like he was already having issues with her before that topic was brought up. So I don't feel like that was the make or break moment. So let's go ahead and do the predictions. So yeah, I think Nancy is gonna say no. She's gonna realize her worth, because how many times does a guy have to say he's not attracted to you, you're not his type for it to click? And then for Bartise, I also think he's gonna say no, because he doesn't want to marry someone he's not attracted to. Like, I guess, yeah. All right, so, and speaking of Bartise, their last conversation, Nancy and Bartise, that we saw after they met all their exes, he was so happy to get that call from Matt. He was like, I know this conversation is important, Nancy, but I gotta go. Bye. So that leads me to my fourth least favorite couple, Colleen and Matt. The reason these are my fourth and not my first is because I do think initially they kind of were in love. Questionable, because let's get into Miss Colleen. Okay, I know Netflix edits the way that they want to, but can we just talk about how it seemed like in the pods, she was just like, anybody pick me, please, please. Bartise call, or was it Bartise she was talking to? I think so. Yeah, no, it was Brennan. It was Brennan, I think. Please pick me, Cole. Like, and then when Matt finally just happened, she was like, thanks. And I also thought it was really funny that she was like, I don't want people to judge me being a ballet dancer. And then she's like, I know, like I said, it's editing. I'm a ballet dancer. Like, I know you got to tell people what you do, but it's just kind of like, it kept coming up. Anyway, and then initially coming out the pods, I did think, I thought Matt was 100% genuine. And I still think he is. Colleen, maybe, you know, like maybe like 75%. I don't know. I really can't tell. But, and I thought they were all good. They were vibing. I really thought they were happy. But after that pool party, Matt lost it for me. Like, I don't know. I know he has a history of being cheated on. However, he blew up on that girl. It did not take all that. It really didn't. Like, I just feel like, was the conversation between Colleen and Cole inappropriate? Yes. But it wasn't like, I'm going to leave you because you had this conversation. It was more of something that needed to be talked about as far as like what they expect boundary-wise from the person. Not, I'm done. You just met, like, what? Like, that was just a little bit too much. I can't remember exactly what he said, but I just know that he was really going in. Like, I don't know what she could have said that would have made it better, but I was kind of ready for her to be done with him, because I was like, no, if you going in on me this hard and we supposed to be in the honeymoon phase, cut it. But they didn't, and proceed. I feel like when it came to like meeting their families, did we meet Colleen's family? I don't think we did. I don't know. Matt's mom, I feel like she knows something up with her son. I think she knew, but I don't know. But then, okay, basically their whole relationship is, it seems like it's going really well, and then Matt blows up, and then they're doing okay, and then Matt blows up. Like, that's kind of just what I see their relationship as. How do I want to phrase this? I'm not saying I know anything about this man, but he looked like he got it in him to get a little physical. That's all I'm gonna say. That's the intensity of the anger I was getting out of him. I ain't saying he liked that. I'm just saying that's how I felt watching. I was like, whew, on a bad day, he might, I don't know. I'm just saying. Okay. Anyway, may not, but that's what I got. Continuing on. So the second time when they met the exes, was Colleen wrong for going to the club? I mean, she told her man no. It seemed like he kind of knew that she was going, but maybe he didn't, because he was like, I knew, like when they called Nancy was like, where's Colleen? Oh, I think they went to the candle room. I know that, but where is she at? She's like, well, you said you knew, so I don't know. So I don't really have much else to say about this couple, honestly, because I really don't think they should last. I think Matt's gonna say, he kind of crazy. I think he's gonna say no, and I hope Colleen say no. I don't know, because they just, it's too early to be having this serious of arguments over little things to me. Maybe not little to some people, but to me that was a little bit too much for what it was worth. Because I don't feel like she was flirting with anybody. Like, I never got that vibe. The last conversation that we saw between Matt and Cole, it's like he had to clear up what happened, and what if it was a he say, she say, and there was no person to vouch for that your girl is telling you the truth. You're not gonna believe me? You ain't finna be yelling at me because some guy tried to talk to me and I said no. Because Colleen didn't even look Matt's way once they started back. Once they started talking at the bars and stuff like that. Never. So I don't think she would cheat on him, but his past experiences made him traumatized, but he don't need to bring that over here and be fussing at me. We can work through it, but you ain't finna be yelling at me all the time and insecure. No. Speaking of Cole, it's like Matt got what he needed from Cole and was like, okay, so she never was hitting on you. Oh, how are you doing? Oh, good. Okay, bet, I'm going. He did not care about what was going on between Matt, Cole, and Zanab, which leads me to my third favorite couple, or least favorite, third, whatever. Y'all get what I'm saying. Cole and Zanab. Okay, I think Cole really does have an emotional connection with her, but let's take it back. I'm not even going to talk about the pots. I'm going to talk about Mexico. They obviously were intimate, so they had some type of attraction. He did say that Colleen was more his type, and once again, like Bartise, telling her that multiple times made me want to punch him in the face. But I do think eventually, at some point between Mexico and meeting the parents and all that stuff, he got better. I do think that he was able to merge the emotional and physical. But let's back up real quick. He also told Zanab probably like 3 or 4 times in the same conversation. They actually had 2 conversations about it, that Colleen was his type and Colleen was hot. And where he messed up too, y'all know what I'm talking, where he was like, oh, you're a 9 out of 10, but she's a 10 out of 10. Why? I get, y'all, it's great to be honest, but some things you don't need to say. Even if it's to your partner, some things you don't need to say, because they're going to internalize that. And like she said, I'm never going to look like that. And that's your type. And now for the rest of your relationship, anytime she sees a girl who looks like Colleen, she may feel, even if she doesn't feel angry towards you, she may feel like, my man may like her. Like, why put that in your partner? Just don't do it. They worked through that, and I think she handled the response to him very well. Like when they were in Mexico, she was like, if you don't, I just ask that you respect me enough that if you don't want this, you let me know. That was very classy of her. I probably wouldn't have been as classy on it, but I think they worked past it, especially when they came to meeting parents. And I really felt like Cole started to open up when it came to his parents and how he felt about them not wanting to be involved. Like, I really feel like they overcame that, right? And after meeting Zanab's stepmom, which shout out to her stepmom, because a lot of people I don't think would have done what she did. So that's really beautiful that she was taking care of her after her parents passed away. The night of when they met everybody again, I really don't like the conversation that Matt and Zanab had. I feel like they were stretching it out. And I know, like, in our heads, it feels like a long time, but in their mind, it was like literally a week ago. To clear the room, I guess it's a good it was a conversation that needed to be had, but I feel like Zanab's problem of bringing it back up, I don't think she should have brought it back up. I don't really feel like there was any new information given in that conversation with Matt that would have been like, oh wait, he said what? And side note, I forgot to mention this with Matt and Colleen real quick, y'all. I don't think Colleen said, if we met in the bar, whatever happens. No, I think she was saying, if, like, in the real world, like when they got back home. No, I think she was saying, if we would have met outside of this, whatever, and we met in the bar, whatever happens. I don't think she was saying I was gonna cheat on Matt. I think she was just saying, if I met you Cole, in a bar, whatever happens. I think that got twisted. But anyway, back to Zanab and Cole. I feel like Cole thought it was taken care of, and that's not fair either. Like, if y'all have worked through something, talked through something, you give him the cold shoulder, the attitude about it, he's finally like got it together, and to bring it back up, like, you're backtracking. He did mess up in the beginning, but I don't know what else to say on that one other than I think Cole is gonna say yes, but I think Zanab is gonna say no. Yeah, that's the best I can do on that one. I want her to say yes. I do feel like he really loves her. Did he make a mistake? Heck yeah. He messed up. You don't tell no woman that. But I think that he does love her. And I think that's the whole part of the experiment is love blind. Like, can you fall in love with someone emotionally and try to attach the physical, even if they're not your type? Because like she said, going for your type has got you nowhere. Okay, well, he's trying to learn how to love the physical part of you. Sorry, it's not an instant connection, but he's falling for you. So cut him some slack, even though he did mess up, I guess. You know, I say that, but I don't know if I would feel that way. But I wouldn't bring up something that's resolved either. Okay, moving along to my next couple that's kind of my favorite. I don't know, they kind of just fell in there because they weren't like my favorite, but I didn't hate them either. Alexa and Brennan. Genuinely, I like them. I think Brennan is very sincere about loving her. I really think so. Alexa, I think she is too. I don't really see where their personalities align, but what I think, honestly, Alexa has dated guys, maybe that her dad set her up with because, you know, they flaunt this wealthiness around and it didn't work, maybe because the way she looks. So her and her family are now like, well, we want you to get married and no Israeli guy is gonna marry you. That's, you know, like, why is she on the show? You know, her family comes from a good family. They couldn't set her up with anybody. I'm just saying, this is just what I think. So Brennan, who is okay, you know, he's like, well, she's beautiful. I think Brennan was ready to take that step in life. And I'm not gonna say it didn't matter what the girl looked like, but he ain't concerned if she got a little more weight on her. Bigger than some of her family members, but she's not a big girl, you know. Even if she was, I think Brennan would like that. You know, I don't know. He gives a vibe to me that he like a little curves. Okay, I think that they will last. Now they do kind of remind me, and this could be because the hair and maybe, I don't know, kind of remind me of Nick and Danielle a little bit. I don't know, like just a little bit. But and they end up divorcing. So but on their own stand, I can't really see any drama in them. You know, I don't see where there's a disconnect. I mean, the preview that they gave us was like, Brennan was like, you still want to marry me 80%, right? And she was like, but I think that's her sarcastic personality. I don't think that there was an issue that took place. I think having both the families on board, I love that we were able to see both their families meet. Oh my gosh, Brennan's family's home. Oh, I know he said he came from no AC and heat, but they didn't came up because that ranch was beautiful. Can we talk about that? I'm not gonna get into it, but it was beautiful. I loved it. And I really think that, you know, her dad, Alexa's dad, was really He was skeptical because, like they said, she's used to a certain lifestyle. But I think as long as he's a hardworking man, they'll accept him. I know she mentioned that she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And this is my only comment on that. As long as she's willing to stay at home on the basis that he can provide. Like, she can't be expecting him to afford, maybe all the lifestyle she was living while she stays at home and he's working. Like, he can only let you stay at home on the means that he can. So I hope that money's not an issue in their relationship. It doesn't seem like it is, but I just hope that it isn't. I honestly, prediction-wise, I think they're both going to say yes. I don't see any reason, at least they haven't shown us really any reason that they would say no. And if someone did say no, I think it would be Alexa, just because on the basis that he doesn't maybe make enough money, or that maybe she wants someone who has a different look. I don't know. But if she's not being shallow, I think they're both going to say yes. Okay. And now to my favorite couple. Yes, they are my favorite. SK and Raven. Okay. I know Raven probably got a lot of bad rep in the pods because she was like working out while Bartise was talking. Was she wrong? Yeah, kind of. But who cares, right? I mean, not who cares, but like, whatever. But, when she was working out, when SK was talking, and when he started talking, she sat down. She was like, wait a minute, I gotta think about this. So I really thought that was funny. I really like how he's so patient with her. Like, he said, he wants to love Raven how Raven wants to be loved or something like that. And I feel like she may have been a tough cookie, or she may be hard shell, but she's really just sweet, on the inside, at least to him. I think she mentioned this somewhere. It was mentioned something that guys usually see her physical first, and it's hard for her to have that emotional connection. So the fact that her and SK weren't all touchy-feely initially in Mexico, I think that was her just trying to see, like, do you like me for me, or do you just want to jump my bones, right? And I think that SK was perfect for her because the patience that he had, very respectful, moving at her own pace. Like, she had to tell him, like, come on, like, put some more energy out there because I'm not off-putting you. But she was welcoming him into her heart. Remember the massage? Whatever. That was cute. But yeah, so I think that they move at their good pace. And when she met his mom, they tried to make it seem like the fork thing was going to be an issue in the previews before. His mom, I love that. She was so welcoming. And when you date someone from a different culture and they accept you, like, I'm sure that is an amazing feeling because you already feel like an outsider, but what you guys have. But for them, their family to see it too, amazing feeling to be accepted. I think any girl, boy, woman, man, whatever, any woman, any man would love to be accepted and actually loved by their in-laws, not just tolerated. So now I kind of want to talk about Raven's friends. I hate that her parents didn't want to be in it, but I get what she was saying. It sounds like she said she grew up in white culture, deep, dirty South. We being real, probably don't like black people. And a Nigerian, oh my gosh, they would lose their mind. So I can see why they wouldn't want to be involved. But her friends, they were feeling SK in the beginning, but the one in the green, I think, with the short hair, who was like, I feel like you're robbing my friend of a fairy tale. Girl, don't do that. Don't do that. Because SK is going to school for 3 years? Or two or 3 years, whatever. 2 or 3 years, the rest of your life. He said he's going to get his master's. I don't know what he's going to get it in, but if you're getting your master's and you went to Berkeley, you must be a little smart. He probably about to start making some money after that. So this lifestyle that Raven is providing for herself, in 2 and 3 years, he's probably going to be able to do it times 3, 4. So from what it sounds like. So you saying she's not going to have a fairy tale because 2 months after the wedding, he's moving. They can make it work, like, if they want to. And they was kind of like throwing shade, like, oh, I've never seen her in committed relationship. I don't know how she's gonna do it long distance. What you saying? Your friend ain't loyal? Why are y'all putting her out there like that? Because I feel like they don't know how she feels about him. I mean, they probably don't, but Raven probably puts up a hard exterior to her friends, not has to be a certain way, but like, did they know that this man was respectful to her going forward and never pressured her, or never, like, always was on her pace and her time, and will, like Raven said on the when she saw SK's house, she was like, oh, there's so much velvet in here. He wears velvet every day. Oh, once he sees this, he'll never wear velvet again. A man who will jump through hoops, a man who will say jump, you say jump, and he say how high. And should that be equal in a relationship? Yes. All right, sorry y'all if the camera angle is different, hijab's different, it's because I had to take a break. But anyway, so we were talking about Raven's friends and SK going to school. So all I'm saying is that I really do feel like he wants to give her the best, and he does love her, and she's slowly not learning to love, but she's letting him love her. So I hope that they can make the long distance work. I hope that she sees the value in this man taking his time, loving her on her terms, because I do think there's a lot to appreciate in that. So hopefully they I want them to both say yes. Everybody else, I mean, Alexa and Brennan, I think they're going to say yes, but more than anybody, I really want this for Raven, because the other women too, but like, I can see why she's hesitant I can see why she came on this show. She feels like, men just see her for what she is and that's it. And she wants deeper connections. So as far as predictions, I think SK is going to say yes. I think Raven, I think she's going to say yes as well. I don't see any issues that would make them say no other than the distance. But I think Raven's smart. I think she's going to see that, wait a minute. Yes, we're going to be long distance for a little bit, but that doesn't mean I have to stop. And even when she said, oh, I want you to pay half or whatever, because even if you're in California, that's fair. Let's be real. That's fair, because if this is the home you're coming home to and I'm your wife, why am I paying all the bills if I'm your wife? She didn't even say do all of it. She just said half, I think, right? So I think they're going to work it out. So yeah, that is the end of my Love is Blind predictions. I don't think I have any other crazy comments. Oh, okay, real quick. So when Andrew and Nancy was talking at the bar, I don't know. Andrew, he was drunk. At least he was acting like he was drunk. And can we talk about when he also put the little eye drops so he could start crying in his eye? I was like, okay, boy. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like he kind of just wanted to be on TV, but whatever. So I'm not really even going to give him the attention that he wants, because no. But I do think him and Nancy together would have been a different dynamic, and she needs someone that she can be silly with. But she could have maybe brought it out of him, but like at this point you kind of just want to match with someone versus having to pull it out of them, So anyway, yeah, guys, that is everything on my predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and give it a like, subscribe, and share this video with your Love is Blind people you talk to, because we all got that one person that we like. Did you watch it yet? So go ahead and do all those things for me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.